What's up, fellow Facebookers? It's been a while, has it not? Now, if you check the link I have provided in the description of this live stream, you will see that over at my shop on Etsy, I have fresh wands available. What is up, Ben Dobbins? How you doing this fine Saturday evening? I have fresh wands available in my Etsy store, and 2 of them have already sold, mind you, which is good. Carla bought the pink wand, and Michelle Hunter, I believe is her name, from New Zealand, bought one of the pipe wands. So no, $24 a wand. Kippers. I did not see that story, but I really do hope the Aussie gets better, man. I really do. What's up, Zane? What's up, Carla? How y'all doing? Box Elder Job Corps. Yeah, that's just been the news that's been circulating. I have seen that. Best Aussie track, that's hard to say because they're all really good. I mean, Thunder Underground, Breaking All the Rules, Mama, I'm Coming Home, Crazy Train, Iron Man, Paranoid. There's so many good tracks to choose from. Wizard of Oz, Diary of a Madman. I'm doing pretty good, Zane. Just got my Etsy business up and running. Been having that good for a while. 2 of my wands practically sold before I started advertising for them, which is good. Got some fresh cherry pipe tobacco. I'm uploading a Pipe Thoughts video. Oh goody, it's processing. Excellent. So let's take a look at the Etsy store and see how we're doing here. I did make 2 Valentine's Day themed wands, and one of them was already purchased. So we still have the pink parlor wand. It's one of the wands I created or made. I've made wands for every holiday occasion. I've done Halloween, Christmas, and now this. So some of my female fans, or possibly if you like the color pink, it's an option, and it's only going to be available February, because come March it'll be green wands, if you catch my drift. Yeah, because of St. Patrick's Day and all that. And the nice thing about doing Facebook Live, making it public, is everyone can see it. You don't have to be friends with me on Facebook to watch it. So it's kind of like doing YouTube on Facebook. And this is a great way to also advertise for the business. So there were 14 ones in the batch. Now there's only 12. That's what I like to see. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. It's always good when like 2 to 4, even just one sells in the first day. You know, it's still progress. And these are wrapped with real copper wire. This the copper wire that I wrap on wands like this one that I possess in my collection. This isn't some copper wire you can get at Walmart. This is from a hardware store. You know, it's industrial. Comes in a gigantic roll and it's not very cheap. But lo and behold, Chris Hubble says, you must have fans who spend all day refreshing your wand page, waiting for them to drop. There are some, yes. I reckon there might be. Limited time wands, that's what's up. Yep, the holiday wands are limited time. I only run them with the month they are in. Nope, Carla, no alcohol tonight. Just chilling out with some pipe tobacco and on a cool Saturday night. Gabe says, can your female fans get an arm flex? Certainly. Is this picture real? Let's take a look and see. No, that picture's not real. All the pictures on this page are fake, photoshopped, and some of them are meant to support me, some of them are meant to troll me. It's just a mixture of support and trolling. So ignore the pictures you see on this page. But an arm flex for my female fans, that I can do. Roll up the sleeves. Certainly. The picture Masami is fake. The pictures, as I mentioned on that page, some of them are meant to support me, others are meant to troll me. Who would have thought that Cobra has two pythons? And you know what's funny about this? This is hilarious. I don't work out. I don't go to the gym. I'm just naturally ripped as shit. You know what I'm saying? So I could fuck some shit up without even trying. You know, that's the best part of it. Hmm. Carla says, Josh, are you tired? Need to bust out the percolator. Hmm. I suppose I could make some coffee if I wanted to. I haven't had coffee in a minute, but maybe here in a bit, yes, I'll make some coffee. It is kind of cold outside. Why not? But puff on some of this delicious cherry pipe tobacco. Ben Dobbins says, do you know how much you can bench? It's not about how much you can bench, bro. It's about pushing yourself to your limit and then going a little bit further, but not going too far. Going too ham and you'll pull a muscle and overdo it. And if you overdo it, then, I get the adrenaline rush of working out. It's a great feeling. You get your testosterone flowing and you watch your muscles get big. You work out a sweat, your endorphins kick in. It's very similar to eating a hot pepper. You start to sweat. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I could have a six pack if I wanted, but I enjoy bacon cheeseburgers too much. I mean, to be fair, my diet consists mostly of beef and protein, you know, which some people would say that's not very PC. That you got these, nothing wrong with vegans or Vegematics, you know what I'm saying? They look at me like, who the fuck are you, And I'm like, who the fuck are you to judge? And they'd look at me, well, you're killing living animals. I'm like, yeah, well, you're killing a living thing too. That broccoli was once a plant that was alive, and you want to sit here and give me shit about eating a bacon cheeseburger? That's hilarious. Now think about it. Lettuce was once alive. It was a thriving plant growing off of Mother Nature. They try to justify their version of killing a living thing to eat by saying it doesn't have eyes looking up at you when you slaughter it. So if you're going to give someone shit for eating beef, you might want to examine your shit for a second. Yeah. Scotty's doing good. I haven't talked to him in a minute, but hopefully he's doing good. Hoo-hoo. Carla says, I'd love a workout video. I would say you are quite the influencer. Well, thank you for that. I'm still feeling a bit flabby from Christmas. Wish I could get uh, vegetables feel pain. Don't stir fry by me. Some of these comments are great. I never thought about it that way. Potatoes can have eyes. Yes, they can. Do fish fall under meat or seafood? You know, Carla, that is an excellent question. Do fish fall under meat or seafood, or are they just in their own category? Some people classify fish as dairy, which, according to the food pyramid anyway, yeah, it just tells you how old I am. uh, no, but according to the food pyramid, fish is classified as dairy, which to me doesn't make any damn sense because fish don't produce milk. The fuck is that shit? That's some shit they don't fucking explain to you. They just tell you, and you're like, okay, whatever, that's cool. I mean, fish produce eggs, which is known as caviar, but fish don't produce milk. I mean, I've heard of a catfish, but I've never heard of a cowfish. The idea of a cowfish, it's utterly ridiculous. Ben Dobbins says, who the fuck is angry reacting this video? My response, Ben Dobbins, who the fuck cares? I'm sitting here producing content, advertising for my fresh batch of wands. If people want to get angry, that's their choice. It's called freedom of expression. It's a right that exists on the internet, but it exists to a degree. If you're abusing your freedom of expression to harass others, then you're not using it right. That's all I'm jiving at. And here's the best part. I have my phone on airplane mode. That's why there's so many angry reacts, because you can't prank call me live on video. Yeah, I don't get that one either. Fish milk sounds like a scam. You never know. Yes. You know, and that's the thing of it. People say almond milk is so much healthier, but think of how much water it takes to grow a freaking almond, you know. But then the downside to getting cow's milk is you gotta deal with cow farts, which, you know, supposedly cow flatulence is a leading cause of global warming. And I'm like, I call bullshit. There's other factors playing into that. It's not just cow farts. Hmm. I don't know. Carla says, are whales dairy but catfish aren't? I don't know if all fish is classified as dairy or if it's just, I don't know, Facebook. Not necessarily, Gabe, no. Global warming is kind of crappy for certain plants. There are some plants that thrive in dry heat, like cactuses and shit like that, but there are some plants that need water. You know, And in states like California and what have you, where water is a bit more restricted, to me it seems kind of redundant to waste your water growing almonds when you could be using it to grow corn. But that's just my opinion. Hmm. That is interesting. Because whales and dolphins are mammals, they produce milk. So that could be why, and because they're technically fish, that could be why they classified fish as dairy, because some fish are mammals. Hmm, maybe. Food for thought. Hmm. Interesting how life intertwines and works. You know. Hmm. While we're chilling out live on Facebook, let's give that one page a look and see. Yeah, there's still 12 left, but that's alright. Having them up and for sale. They'll be sold by the next couple of days, hopefully. And first things first, before anything else is done, all the wands must be shipped. That comes before anything else. It's just, how you maintain a good business. Ben Dobbins says, I don't know what to trust and believe anymore. Above all, trust your gut. Don't let, you know, the extreme left or the extreme right influence you. Have an open mind. See the world for what it really is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is quite hilarious. I get so many negative reacts on a video. It's like, aren't you special? You're gonna send me a friend request and angry react to my video. Oh, now isn't that just cute? And delete request. Block. Confirm. That seems kind of stupid and redundant if you ask me. But, and that's exactly what they want you to do. They want you to overreact, and it's childish and immature. They spend their days like brainwashed sheep trolling my page trying to get to me, and it doesn't work, dude. You know what I'm saying? And the attempt at trolling is so freaking desperate. It's pathetic. So I'm doing them a favor by blocking them from my Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Because they're wasting their time getting angry with me because I'm telling it like it is. Yeah, that's such a fake account. Delete. And this is what people do when they're bored. They'll create fake Facebook accounts and troll people. And the person doesn't have to be autistic, the person can just have whatever in their life. It doesn't have to be a specific type of person. That's the thing with trolls is they don't care. And neither do I. So exactly my point, Carla. Exactly my point. Fuck the trolls. You have wands up. Focus on the customers. Indeed. Well said, Carla. Well said. Speaking of which, I'm going to show the wand you ordered. This is the wand that Carla purchased just recently. And I'll get this in the mail as soon as I can. But I give Carla a sneak peek of it up close before she gets it in the mail. You can see it's all nice and shiny. And here's the pink parlor wand up close. Still a little small section right there where it's drying, but for the most part, it's dry. These are dry enough to get them listed, and by the time they're sold, they'll be done drying. And you can see the tip of it is that same shade of pink. So this wand is for sale on the link provided in the description of this Facebook Live. This is part of the Valentine's Day themed wand. So if you want to get your hands on something like this, now would be the time to do it. And even though it's super thin, how sturdy is it? I'm pushing all of my muscle into it. And look at that. It did not break. That right there, Facebook, is KobraCraft handmade wand quality. Now we have other wands available in the collection. We also have a red wand. And of course, a green wand. You got a little bit of podge still drying right there, but that's just about done drying. These are dry enough to post on Etsy. And by the time they get shipped, you know. We also have, it looks red on camera, but this is actually orange. Yeah, scooch it in closer. There we go. Then we got yellow. We also got blue and purple. So yeah, doing different colors, yeah. We also have silver and gold colored. And then we got we have one that was done with no paint, just a nice clear coat, using a natural grain after sanding it. I left the bark unpainted on the handle. And then we got this one, which glows in the dark. You charge it with light, and it glows in the dark. And last but not least, we have our pipe wands. Now I have some cherry pipe tobacco that I could smoke out of these on camera to show you how these pipe wands work. I will not be including tobacco with the purchase of these. These are just sold as is. That's on you to get them. Now, to make sure the green one works, grab this fresh cherry pipe tobacco. And I checked with Etsy before I decided to sell pipes. That way I knew for sure that it wasn't illegal or anything, and that people on Etsy do sell handmade pipes. So the bowl is right there in the handle. What I'm going to do is put a pinch of cherry pipe tobacco into the handle's bowl just like that. The mouthpiece is right here, so if you wanted to smoke while casting your spells. Right there you can see that this is a wand and a pipe combined into one, which had to be a little bit thicker, at least on the handle for the most part, because of the structural integrity of, it makes it more sturdy. Right there. Beautiful. Now that we've seen that the green one works just fine, now we're going to test out the other one. Quick. I had a customer from New Zealand who ordered this particular one, so thank you for that. Just to make sure that you know your wand works, we'll do the same test. Take a pinch of cherry pipe tobacco and put a pinch in that bowl, pack it down in there. Just like that. Get it packed in there. Beautiful. Now using fresh pipe tobacco to test it out. Let's see how this wand pipe does. I didn't put any podge on or inside the bowl. Look at that. Nice, beautiful, fat hit. This shows you that the pipe wands do in fact work. I'm going to start adding these to my wand batches now because this is a cool idea. Although they're a bit tricky to make and you need a stick that's just thick enough for it, they can be done. I can even make them to where they have a crystal on one end and the bowl and the handle of it, which would be sick as shit. You can't tell me it wouldn't be. So there's definitely a lot of potentially cool things you can do with this. I'm gonna pack that down in there and give it a light. Now, for the first time ever, featured on CobraCraft Handmade Wands over on Etsy.com. Link is in the description of this live video. We have a wand that also doubles as a smoking pipe. Testing them out with some delicious cherry pipe tobacco that I picked up from the ash. That bowl was cash. I tapped it out into the ashtray. Blow through the stem there. Get all that ash out, put it in the ashtray. Booyah. So now, like, say you lived in a friendly state and you were casting a magical spell with cannabis and you wanted to smoke out of it and enchant your spells with your smoke at the same time, you could do it. Or if you just wanted a cool pipe to smoke out of, or you know what I'm saying. Yippers. I wish it was the Magic Dragon, but no, this is just the cherry pipe tobacco, like I said. And that's good pipe tobacco. Although if you don't want to get scooped, you might want to get a small screen for them, which I don't provide, but that smokes just fine without giving me scoobies. It's good for a couple of massive rips. Yeah, Magic Dragon wands. That's one way to look at it, yes. Excellent. There we go. These will sell out by the end of the week, most flippin' definitely. Facebook. Checking up on the chat here. Show us the percolator. Ah, yes, coffee. Legal crack for adults. Alrighty. I suppose. This bastard, this glorious bastard right here. It rings like a church bell when you open it. Ding. First refill it with water. And then we have the assembly, which sits in the middle of it. Looks like that one is in the middle. Now, if you're out of coffee and all you have are these coffee infused filter looking things, here's an awesome life hack. Some bitch don't want to come open. Now you see these little coffee circle things. Normally you'd stick them in a coffee pot, but if you want to use it for an old school percolator, you just take them and dump it into the container part. And it might take a couple of them to fill it up, but At least you'll have coffee. Yeah, trolls try really hard to fuck with me, and I'm not gonna let it ruin me, dude. You know, fuck them. It's pretty sad when you got female trolls that hate me and hate my videos, impersonating my fangirls on other websites just to try to ruin my cred. You know, and it's like, whatever, dude. You know what I'm saying? Before people get the wrong idea, you know, in my defense, I'm not ashamed of my body. So why should I be? You know. But at the same time, maybe use a bit more common sense and caution. Yeah. This is the Folgers Classic Roast. And if you don't have a actual thing of coffee to scoop into and what have you. Oop. Horse shit. That landed on my chair. I'm not going to be able to get that. It's going to have, unless I brought, yeah, it's going to be stuck into my chair. That's all right. That's all right. Sometimes in life it doesn't work out like we want it to. We can try. And that's all we can do is try sometimes. That's about 4 pods worth of coffee right there in the percolator. I'm going to do one more to fill it up nice. Make it a nice strong pot. 5 pods for the 5 points on a pentagram. I like my coffee like I like my magic. Nice and black. There we go. That'll make a nice, and these are still coffee beans. They're just ground up a lot more fine to accommodate space in these circular pods. I got enough to make coffee again, so I'm not tripping out about it, you know. Oh, it's a mixture of black magic and demon magic, but pretty much the same concept. Okay, this right here goes in the bottom with the spring right there. I'm going to pour some more water into the pot so that we get a nice full pot here. There we go. The little circle at the bottom of your pan or your pot of coffee, whatever you want to call it, is going to house that assembly. So once we got the coffee on the inside, now if you live in Colorado or say Canada and you want to make weed coffee, you take your cannabis, grind it up, mix it with the coffee grounds, and then percolate it, and you'll have weed coffee. Maybe add like a small little teaspoon of coconut oil to the water before you percolate it if you want to go the extra mile. Now once you got the assembly in there, now we need a power source. So I'm going to take this piece and plug it into here. And plug this into the wall. And listen for the percolating noise. Houston, we have takeoff. Now, some of the conveniences of a percolator is you get more coffee than, say, a Keurig. Keurigs are nice because you get the flavor cartridges, but those flavor cartridges could very easily be opened up and filled into your coffee container. So if you like that flavor of coffee and you want more than one cup, you get a percolator and just buy the cartridges. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same concept as what I just did. Tear open the thing, dump it in there, you know. Just tuning in live to Facebook, making some coffee, selling some wands. Yeah, buddy. I've already had 2 wands that were purchased right before I started selling them. And that's always a joy to see. So there were 14, but now there's only 12. And once they're gone, they're gone. And another batch will replace it momentarily once they're sold. But how are it seems to be a bit of argument amongst the chat, yes. some of which I'm not going to read out loud. I'll just kind of keep an eye on it. Oh. Oh, I wouldn't put it quite like that, Toby, but I appreciate you saying that. We're all here to watch the video and, watch these wands get sold. So there's no sense in fighting with each other, People wanted me to make coffee out of my percolator for a video, so I did. This is a fan zone, man. We don't need to be fighting with each other. That's just stupid. Save it for the assholes who like to pick on me and other people like me and just people on the internet in general. No, this is unfucking believable, the society we live in. I see a show on TV called Dr. Pimple Popper. There's literally a TV show about doctors who pop zits. I got a fucking show for you. It's called Dr. Psychiatrist. It's about doctors who pop cysts and solve all your mental problems. Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, this is on the same network that has shows like My 600-Pound Life and Freaky Eaters and that sort of thing. I mean, okay, Freaky Eaters is kind of fascinating to an extent, why they do it, what makes them eat, So that I can understand. But a show about popping zits, and then you see this news article on Facebook where this one dog salon decided to take corn syrup and edible glue and edible glitter, edible glue, edible glitter basically, and bedazzle a dog's, jewels, if you catch my drift. And I'm like, how is this trendy, dude? You know what's amazing? You'll see people do these things for TV shows and these weird things for trends, but here's a trend: ending bullying on social media. That would be an awesome trend. It really would be. There's about 12 wands left, and I reckon they won't be on there for much longer. I'm hoping that by or before Valentine's Day they sell out as quickly as possible, but they're listed at the standard $24 price, and I've demonstrated that the pipe wands do work. Making a fresh pot of coffee. So even if it's cold the next day, I'll still drink it because it's caffeine. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing of it, Facebook. It's okay to be respectful, but don't be a pushover. You know, that's the thing of it. You have to realize is too many people are going to take your kindness as a sign of weakness. And I grew up myself with that. Unfortunately, and that's the sucky thing about being a good person is sometimes people take advantage of it, but then it gets repaid to you in some way or form, and you won't expect it to, you know, and you don't expect it to. You just know that, you know, that's how karma works. These people that dedicate their lives to bullying me are gonna look, in like the last 5 years they've spent talking all this shit about me, and it's like they're wasting their life away, dude. Like this has become their life and their hobby. That's pretty sad, yo. And it hasn't stopped me from making videos. So, eh. And one day they're gonna wake up and go, "Holy fuck! It's been 5 years. Where did my life go?" And then they're gonna look on their computer and go, "Oh, I wasted 5 years of my life talking smack on some autistic dude. Wow, I need to rethink my life." You know, and all these people talking smack on my wine business are just jealous. I had two sell out right before I even started advertising for them. I'm just saying. Close out the video with some delicious coffee. It's getting a bit closer to, yeah. Been doing Facebook Live for like an hour now, which is ridiculous. Just waiting for the percolator to get done. Hmm. Do you know what would be really good with that banana rum that I drank on my channel the other day? Some of that mudslide. You get some TGI Fridays alcoholic mudslide to go with it. That drink combination would be so flipping good. It'd be like, ooh, what is this? I'm just saying. Got this cup full of water, which might need to be drained if I want coffee put into it. You know, I laugh at people who say, "Oh, you're never going to be a successful wine seller." And here I am several months later, and two were already bought before I started advertising. You know what I'm saying? Facebook. Ooh, my coffee's just about done. I'm gonna blow my nose. Gross. Trying to acquire this, you know, here. I'm supposed to sit there sniffling. It's a lot grosser than just getting it out of the way. Well, now that stopped percolating. Go ahead and unplug it. Just like that. Dry my hands after washing them and pour ourselves a cup, because that's what's up. Now that we've unplugged it, let's give it a pour. And through the magic of time, as I pour coffee on my leg, through the magic of time, we have produced coffee, easy as piss. Hot. But pouring into a cup like that to drink was probably not the smartest thing to do, but that's all right. And think about how much money you spend going through the drive-through. Don't get me wrong, Starbucks is delicious, but holy crap, are they expensive. Starbucks is so flippin' overpriced. You know, so you go somewhere it's cheaper, like a gas station or a McDonald's or a Wendy's to get your coffee. You know what I'm saying? You're still gonna waste money on gas, waiting in line, and then you get it into your car hoping that you don't spill it all over your lap. So you can save a lot of time by getting up just a little bit earlier and making a pot of coffee. And a lot more money too, you know. Think of how much coffee you drink, you know. If you're drinking a large coffee, it's about 2 cups worth. You could very easily get a percolator and make it yourself at home. You know, they make them in different sizes, you know. They make percolators that are like redunculous, and they just, you know what I'm saying, for like the coffee junkie, and then they make them like a bit smaller, you know, so they're not, yeah, they come in different sizes. That's what she said. Okay, that's not necessary. Watch it. That sense of humor might get me in trouble with Facebook. Although if people on certain websites are asking you a question, you don't have to answer it. You can be discreet about it. That's all I'm jiving at, you know. But at the same time, you know what makes me laugh about our society? It doesn't make me laugh, it's just disgusting. But whenever people are told certain things, like let's say you have someone ask you to do something and they're like, no, and then the other person says, well, don't be a pussy, just do it. Grow a pair of balls and just do it. I hate that shit, dude. That whole sexist mentality of you're a pussy if you don't do it. Grow a pair of balls if you know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? One kick to the balls and men everywhere will drop. That's just how it is. So how is it that people are told to grow a pair of balls and just do it? Because that's I don't get that. YouTube, that's wow. Facebook, I don't get this. It makes no damn sense. Now here's the thing of it: if you're just saying stuff to attract views, and the things you're saying have no relevant point, then at this point you're just talking out your Asperger's. Yeah. Now, a pro tip to making sure your coffee pot stays clean: you want to take the assembly out and dump the coffee grounds into the trash, and then rinse out the assembly when you're done doing that and set it somewhere to dry. Just, run it through some water. That way it doesn't get moldy. That's still too flippin' hot to drink. But that produced coffee is black as my shirt. I mean, look at it compared to the shirt. Yeah, that's what's up. That's a hot motherfucker. Hot motherfucker, that is. how hot was that, Facebook? I'll put it to you this way. When I dumped the coffee grounds into the trash can, the coffee grounds were still steaming. I totally did that to show off. Oh man. Took one sip of that, and that's just rich. No, Chris. Chris Hubble says, did someone tell you to grow a pair of balls recently? Nope. Nope, I'm just saying, that I don't agree with the way people do that, Like that kind of sexist mentality towards people is just disgusting. I'll do one little wrap and then sip on this coffee and leave you with it. I'm gonna go to a YouTube channel called 90s Old School Rap Beats. Let's do a rap about fresh wands and fresh coffee. And let's do it a little bit louder, not too much louder, Yo, I got a fresh batch of wands on my Etsy business. But you say, how do you do it? Mind your business. And check this out for a second. 12 wands left. 2 sold before I even started advertising. But have you heard the perks to using a percolator? It might be surprising when the sun is rising. Yo, sick and tired of waiting in line, so I bust a mad line about waiting in line in fast food and drive-thrus. Got that jittery need to wake up blues. So you kick off your slipper shoes and make yourself a fresh pot of coffee. Though this ain't candy or toffee, I'm talking cocoa bean. Gonna get real mean on this scene when I rap a mean line about how fine it is. A couple cups will do you just fine. Put a step and a bounce in your days. Hitting here with this beat that I play. Busting their mad rap today. Hey, it's for horses. Straw is cheap and grass is free. But why you wasting all this money on coffee when you could be grabbing a percolator, saving a couple bucks? Yo, this coffee's hot like my rap when I bridge the gap between racism and sexism. You can't handle my mad autism when I'm rapping with this sick-ass charisma to this musical rhythm. Damn. I got my wands on the grind like a French press. You sit here with the cup to caress. Yo, your hands are freezing. But the Wyoming wind be breezing. Yo, illest raps in the 307. Gonna see these haters when I'm laughing in hell. Cause I'm feeling swell off this coffee when I take a sip. Like taking a nice caffeine dip. Careful, it's hot, don't burn your lip. Yo, fresh wand like a fresh pot of coffee. Put a little magic in your step. Sipping good in the Cobra's neighborhood, yo. Not a sponsor, but Folgers makes good coffee. Yo. That was just for Facebook Live and YouTube's Yippers. Been a while since you've all heard a rap. Dude, this is dank. Can you please link the song You're Killing It? I suppose that was a pretty sweet beat. Yes. This is the beat that I used. I'll link it on Facebook. It's a pretty good beat. Beats like that are good to rap to. I didn't just sit down and come up with that rap, with like writing it down. That was just on the spot. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when people rap, they gotta sit down and come up with these lyrics and put them together like leather, shoestring and holding it together. But lo and behold, when you unload on this lyrical mic, it's like, wait a second. Get on the mic and wreck it, but wait a second. My raps are like distilled spirits, leaving you chilled with no regrets. Sitting here, grits in the grind when I rewind this track. We get back to the studio track. But these haters can't handle how I stack, and they be talking mad shit, and it's whack. So fuck it, give them a good hard smack. Cause I'm coming at these trolls like a goddamn heart attack. The coffee's just cooled off enough that I can drink it, but it's still quite warm. Carla says, how do you freestyle? Any tips? Well, really, it's just you gotta feel the beat and you gotta come up with the subject and try to use words that relate to that subject and then try to make those words rhyme with other words and then have them, be about that specific rap. Rap is just songwriting in a different form. Really, it's poetry and musical motion, if you think about it. And a rap shouldn't be about the musical beefs and, oh, you said this and you said that on my track and your track and stupid shit like that. It should be about the goddamn music. You know, it would cool this coffee off quicker if I put a scoop of ice cream in it. Would that be nuts? maybe. But I'm going to do it anyway. Now, what if I dropped a chocolate cherry and some ice cream into a cup of coffee? Would that be nuts? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And these have been sitting in the freezer, so they're nice and solid. Cool beans, you got it off of there. Boop. Oop. Don't want to leave that on the floor. That's the wrapper. Take a little bit of this ice cream and put it into the coffee just like that. So I used this Breyer's mint chocolate chip and put it on top in there just like that. I'm just saying, people are making all this fuss about Starbucks. The Starbucks is pretty good, but you can do Starbucks at home pretty easily. I just dropped a Cella's chocolate covered cherry on the inside there, and some mint chocolate chip ice cream on top of that. Give it a little stir. Crazy coffee drink for half the price. Okay, the mint chocolate chip ice cream mixed in with the coffee is pretty good. Then you get a hit from that cinnamon cherry. That's a weird combination, but I'm still going to drink it. It actually tastes good, but it's an acquired taste. I mean, if you wanted to step it up, you took some of that Bailey's chocolate cherry and poured it into your hot coffee, and then you dropped a chocolate covered cherry on top of it. But I'm not gonna lie, putting a little bit of ice cream into your coffee to cool it off. Surprisingly, it's pretty good. And you can use whatever flavor of ice cream you want. It doesn't matter. It's just gonna melt as soon as it hits your cup. Notice I get it all out of there. Yeah. Do-it-yourself peppermint latte at half the cost. No joke. That definitely cooled it off to where it's drinkable. It gave the coffee a nice peppermint sort of taste, like peppermint and chocolate. It definitely tastes better without the chocolate cherry in the middle. Did taste good, but it didn't mix well with the mint ice cream. That was kind of weird. But here's your fancy Starbucks drink at half the cost, which most Starbucks drinks consist of two to three things: milk, coffee, and some sort of flavoring and or creamer. And the best part about making it yourself is if you think Starbucks coffee's too weak, you can get some like strong ass coffee beans. Make your pot as dark as possible. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm. Coffee is definitely an acquired taste. It's got a bitter, sort of earthy taste to it. But drinking it gives you a sort of peppy sort of feeling, much like drinking soda pop. However, coffee compared to soda pop is a lot healthier just because by itself there's no added sugar, there's no added corn syrups and this and that. So I guess when you're examining a side-by-side comparison, which is healthier, coffee or soda pop, they're both unhealthy in excessive amounts, but coffee, on the other hand, in my opinion, would be a little bit healthier just because by itself you're not adding any sugars or added sweeteners. Then yeah. getting to the end of the old dusty trail here for this videos. This drink combo right here, I'd have to call it a peppermint coffee. It's a nice non-alcoholic coffee drink. No, I can do a drink combination without alcohol being a part of it. Some of my fans are going to be underage and they are not old enough to drink, so we create a couple of drink combinations that are kid friendly or non-alcoholic. Of course, I wouldn't give a kid coffee. That's just maybe if it was the weekend, I don't know. But if you got to be careful with coffee, man, because it's addicting. It can be addicting, like soda pop, and don't let it control your life. I'm just saying, coffee's good, but if you drink a whole pot of it, you can overdose on caffeine if you're not careful. So, you got to be careful when you're drinking coffee. You don't want to drink too much. Even though coffee doesn't have alcohol, you still want to be careful with it. People can do dumb things when they have too much caffeine in their system. It's like giving yourself a lot of energy and not having anything to take it out on. So you're just be sitting there doing this, like, yeah, what I'm saying. But yeah, you get some like cookie dough ice cream and put a scoop into your cup of coffee. Or vanilla, whatever flavor you want. I mean, think about it. If you're going to add milk to your coffee, you might as well add ice cream to your coffee. I'm just saying. Seriously, adding ice cream to your coffee, it tastes good. And if you're going to add milk to your coffee, you might as well add, a small scoop of that stuff. I'm going to wash that out. Yeah. Now here's something to think about. Most religions like Christianity have oppressed women, but magic as a religion does not oppress women. No, magic as a religion does not oppress women. In the Satanic Bible, it says, "Thou shalt not rape." Rather than be repressed, magic teaches women to empower themselves rather than be repressed, load a fat bowl of cherry pipe tobacco for Lilith. A nice, sweet smelling. Yeah. What up, girl? How you doing? The power of the mind is a wonderful thing, Facebook. It really is. You know, when Hampow sat there saying magic isn't real, I'm like, huh, that's funny. That's hilarious. I was laugh. That was probably the funniest part of his response video is when he said that. Yeah, buddy. Let's see how them wands are selling. You never know. Holy crap. There's only like, let's see, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 left. Yeah. I had 14, there's 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. So literally 5 have sold within the first night of posting them. That's how you do it. That's most definitely what I like to see. Yeah. Now, the story of Adam and Eve that the Christians tell you is a bullshit lie. Yeah. Lilith was Adam's first wife, but she was sent away from the Garden of Eden because she didn't comply with, the man's desires or some shit like that. Basically, that's pretty much the gist of it, yeah. And she went and did her own thing, and that's where a lot of the mythology starts, yeah. So in a biblical sense, Lilith is literally the first empowered female that says, okay, I'm not gonna, submit to your bullshit. I'm not gonna go by your ideology and that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah. I suppose if you're doing your research into magical mythology and that sort of thing, that basically sums up a shortened version of, yeah. And she is considered to be the mother of all demons, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Right. But when you're fucking around with demon magic, you gotta be careful, man. Because that can open up some supernatural shit that you don't want to mess with, When it comes to magic, you want to walk before you can run. You open up a gateway, you have no control over how it affects you, and it just, yeah. While praying in a church may be so much easier than practicing magic, but there's a reason why magic produces results. You're using the power of your mind. You're using the power of your mind to master your own reality. You know what I'm saying, Facebook? You're using the power of the mind to master your own reality. You can't control someone else's destiny or reality. You can only control your own. And if your destiny or reality intertwine with someone else's, That's gonna happen, you know. Ooh. Everything has a reaction. With destruction breeds creativity. No, the destruction of fire, you know what I'm saying, when it's created. But then you destroy the fire with water and it creates steam. You know, that's the fundamental principle of magic and elements and that sort of thing. You'll find that Mother Earth can be quite destructive when she wants to be. Keep in mind that we get gunpowder. Gunpowder comes from Mother Earth. So does the cocoa bean, which makes coffee. So does tobacco and cannabis, which are also products of Mother Earth. You know, Mother Earth provides us with abundant resources in which we could use. But if we could cut down on our fossil energy use, it would help with the pollution. If every factory switched to a clean burning source, and the only thing that ran on gas were cars and trucks and that sort of thing, everything else was clean energy, it would help with the pollution greatly. But that's just my take on it. Climate change is a result of global warming, and climate change happens when there's a bunch of pollution in the air from biohazards and wastes. Here's the Food and Drug Administration. They're more concerned about menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars, but what about the hormones in our children's food? What about the 10,000 side effects and various prescription drugs? Should they be more concerned about those things? And they should be, but instead they're not. And it's irritating. Let's pick on the smokers because it just seems like an easy thing to do, right? And the harder you fight kids on tobacco, the more likely they are to try it. All you can do is educate them and tell them you shouldn't do it, and that sort of thing. And it has a lot of unhealthy side effects, yes. And it's just one more thing to be addicted to. It's. But that's just the thing of it. You smoke 3 to 4 packs a day for 60 years. Of course, you're going to get cancer. That's just a guarantee. But like 1 to 2 packs every like 4 to 5 days, the chances are greatly reduced. It's the same thing with alcohol poisoning or too much fast food consumption. If people are exercising poor responsibility with their moderation, then, they're going to suffer the consequences. That's just how it is. It doesn't do you any good to blame McDonald's if you eat too much of their food and you become morbidly obese. You never see people targeting fast food too much. It's always, let's pick on the smokers because, it's an easy target. You know what I'm saying? You want my honest take on it, though. I think the Food and Drug Administration should be more concerned about the food we eat and the drugs we're supposed to be taking to make us better. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just ridiculous, Facebook. You take a prescription pill for heart medication and it gives you 10 side effects you don't need or want. It's ridiculous. But instead of worrying about that, but sometimes in life, the conveniences aren't always so convenient. They might be convenient in a short run, but in the long run, you know, it doesn't do you any good to cut corners in life. You know, you gotta work hard and do something with yourself. Make something of yourself. Otherwise, you know, you're gonna be sitting there. Yeah. I reckon by the time Monday or Tuesday hits, those ones are gonna be sold like that, which is what I like to see. Most definitely, what's up? I'm gonna give a couple shout outs to some peeps. To those of you who purchased wands recently. Let's take a gander here. Orders and shipping. We have 4 people who ordered wands. One person bought 2 of them. That's what's up. Shout out to Carla, Michelle Hunter, Exhumed Visions, and Louis Sitbon. Exhumed Visions bought the green pipe wand. Louis Sitbon bought the clear wand and the silver wand. Michelle Hunter bought the black pipe wand. And Carla bought the pink wand. Most definitely, what's up? That's good to see. I likes that. Yeah. And he doesn't want heavier regulations by the FDA because he profits from drug companies. Yeah, Carla gets it. That's kind of funny too. That's exactly my point, Carla. Yeah. When politicians profit off of drug companies, of course, they're not going to push for FDA regulation. When politicians profit off of, you know, oil companies and what have you, of course, they're going to profit off of it. And when they do, they're not going to fight for renewable clean energy. They're going to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, Facebook, if we got to a point where all we were using was gas for cars and trucks and what have you, the air would be a much cleaner to breathe in. But that's just my take. Yippers. Well, Facebook. I'll catch you cool cobras on the flip side. Thank you for considering my shop, Cobra Craft Wands, over on Etsy. And I'll catch you cool cobras later.